Oh, Spencer says you're pretty good at starting shit. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody. I'm Missing Millions, or The Third Wheel, or Charlie. And this is the couple known as Spiz. Sounds like jizz. Or Biz and Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works best for you.
And I guess we're doing a podcast.
I guess. Oh shit, that's what this is?
Ha!
Damn.
Random number between 1 and 3.
Okay.
Generate. Boop, ba-doop, boop. Generate.
You can't just keep generating until you get the number you want. That's cheating.
No, it just wasn't. It wasn't doing. I thought it wasn't doing it, but it was just giving me the same number like 4 times. Yeah, so it's 3, which is Biz, and which, by the way, that was the number. That was the number.
Such bad RNG, man.
That was the number it gave me like 4 times in a row.
Oh my god.
That I thought it wasn't giving me a number, until it gave me a different number. So 3 was originally the number. It gave me that like 5 times. Which,
yeah, that's my luck.
Statistically speaking, that is like impossible.
Yeah, that's my level of RNG right there, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Okay. What am I talking about?
I don't know. What was your
What
topic?
are you talking about?
What was your
I
topic?
don't know, dude. All I can think about is how bad my fucking RNG is right now because I'm just like this all the time.
This is my way of forcing you to pick a fucking topic.
I'm so like. Alright. Let me think about this.
My fidget spinner doesn't work.
Alright, no, I do. I do have a problem. Alright.
Fucking COVID?
No, that's not the problem. No, the problem is I have a problem. And
Pixel phones?
oh my god, no, I'm apparently the pixel master at the store and I hate it. But anyway. So, I'm about to say something that sounds really stupid. Okay? I know, very surprising.
My name's Biz.
No. Okay. So I have an issue where sometimes phrases don't make sense to me. Surprise. For most of my life, I didn't understand when someone called something priceless, that meant that it's so worth stuff that there's not a price tag on it because it's not for sale. I thought priceless meant it had no price, thus it was worthless.
Nice.
For example. So whenever that phrase was used, it didn't. I was just like, okay, I don't know why you would call your wife priceless. That just sounds rude. Like that sounds really
priceless.
fucking rude. Like, oh my god, that's so priceless. And I'm like, that's fucking mean. Like, why do you keep saying that about? And it took a long time.
Man, it's gonna be so fun to live as Biz.
Right?
So, are you ready for this? I didn't have the gall to ask to verify what that meant until junior year English, and I asked my English teacher, and she was just like, "Are you, like, pardon my French, but like, are you fucking serious?" And I was like, "Yeah." I didn't.
Business English teacher, just you what, mate?
You fucking what?
Like, I genuinely didn't know. And it's because I specifically used the terminology in my headcanon in a creative writing project, and she was just like, I think you misunderstand the meaning of this. And I was just like, what do you mean I misunderstand the meaning of it?
So now I have to ask when I talk to you, do you mean what I think you mean, or do you not understand 90% of the shit you say?
Well, I need examples so that I can actually process what you're telling me.
Well, the problem is I don't have examples because now it's every single thing you say. I'm always gonna be like, is Biz trying to be haha funny, sarcastic?
It was the, oh my god, another example. The what is it called? It was so fucking funny. Fuck. Oh my god, Power Fantasy. That one. That was
Mhm.
another one. That was another one that I didn't know that.
Okay, what did you think Power Fantasy meant?
I thought, like, because I use Power Fantasy in the term of, like, when someone describes a game as a Power Fantasy, it's you're overpowered as shit, blowing everything up, stuff like that. Like you're the overpowered one, and I didn't realize the other implementation of that. You know?
Like, like sex?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I use that when I
Until Spencer taught you?
no.
Nope,
Oh my
I
god.
wasn't the one that taught her.
No, it was Taylor fucking Canada. And
I don't want to know.
We were
I don't want to know.
no. It's okay. It was not sexual in nature at all on my end, obviously, and not on hers because ew. No offense, but yeah, no, because we were doing like our autism test things because we were haha funny, and I scored significantly higher than literally everyone. So I made the joke of I can live the power fantasy of being the greater autism.
Wait,
the top
are they just
autism.
like online? Like, can you just take an autism test online?
Yeah. Do you want me to send you the link? I can send you the link if you want. The threshold is 60 and I scored 171.
What's the website?
I thought you scored 217.
I did not score 217. I think that's the max score.
Wait, what was your score?
171.
Wow, man, you are down to fresh as shit. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I scored really high. It was like the Raz, what's it called? Brad's. That's our test. I can.
Embrace autism test.
Yeah, the Rads-R test. Yeah, I scored 107, or 171. So I did go above the average scores. I want means. Those are normally more accurate. Oh yeah, we are top tier.
You are. So.
Top tier.
I already have trouble with this test.
What do you mean?
So, I'm a sympathetic person. I force myself to be sympathetic. I'm not naturally sympathetic.
Yeah, this is all natural, bro. You gotta go natural.
So no, never true. Because like, I artificially create sympathy. I'm not naturally sympathetic. I can't naturally sympathize with people. I have to force it. Mm-hmm. I have to logic sympathy. I struggle to have natural sympathy.
Are you talking about sympathy or empathy?
Sympathy.
Okay.
Are they both not mutually exclusive?
I mean,
being empathetic is not sympathetic.
They're not mutually exclusive, but they're not like they're not synonyms.
Sympathy would be like you're going through something and I can relate.
That's sympathy. The empathy is knowing their exact feelings. So, like, sympathy is like, oh, I went through something similar, and this is how I felt. That's sympathy, and, like, I understand it's hard. Empathy is, I know the exact pain you're feeling.
Yeah, so I can't because, generally speaking, my emotions are never the same as people describe theirs. It's like when people are talking right now about, like, all my friends are like, I don't know, I'm so nervous because we're having a baby. And I wasn't nervous when we were pregnant at all. I just wasn't. I should have been, but I'd also been through so many kids. Like, my brother and sister had so many kids, and, like, I just wasn't nervous about being a dad. Mm-hmm. And also, like, I don't know. I just don't. Mm-mm. Anyhow, so.
Yeah, no.
Back to your thing.
Yeah. No, you're fine. No, there's just a lot of shit like that that I just don't understand, and it took me a very long time to figure out that I am incorrect in a lot of my assumptions on how things work. It gets me into really funny situations, obviously, as we've seen. Oh yeah, well, yeah, with the Taylor thing and yeah, the power fantasy, yeah, yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah, so you have
Um,
a fundamental lack of understanding of common phrases. So I have a similar one, but mine comes from a shitty family background. So
yeah,
are we just doing phrases that we misinterpreted
essentially.
or didn't understand right now? Okay, so mine comes from my family overusing a phrase that I thought it was common nomenclature, that I used it without realizing it was racist. Horribly
Nice.
racist. Because my family used it literally. I don't remember a situation where this came into play that they didn't use this phrase. In-rigged?
Ah!
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
So,
oh
like,
no.
they use that phrase so much that in my adult life, I used it until I was 27. And it never hit me. Never,
No, I
never hit me that the in part of that meant that.
Uh-huh.
understand.
Yep.
And then one day I said it out loud, talking to somebody, and they looked at me, and I went, "Oh my fucking god, that means." And they went, "Yeah."
Uh-huh.
And I went, "I had no idea."
Mm-hmm.
But like, it was literally used every single time that we would just like make something work in my house, around my family. It was used so often that the idea that it was a racist term was just
Never occurred.
It never occurred. It was just
I have a
Part-
similar experience.
part of everyday linguistics in my family. So like, I used it through school. I used it around everybody I knew, and not one person,
no one said
no
anything.
one fucking said anything to me. That is so insane that for 27 years of life, not one person went, you're just low key saying the N word, right? Not one person?
Like no one.
No one.
No one at all. No one at all. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Do I sometimes talk too loudly or too softly?
No. I'm trying to think of like a phrase that like I messed up, but like I don't think there's like any phrases that like I messed up in terms of like their meaning, just their pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I could care less. It's I couldn't care less. You know, just missing like the subtle the subtle parts of the phrase that make the phrase mean what it means. I would miss that as a kid.
Mm.
And then like I would think about what I thought the phrase meant, and I'm like, well, if they could care less, doesn't that mean that they care like some amount? So like, why is that a phrase?
Ooh.
And people are like, no, it's I couldn't care less, you idiot.
I have one that fucked with me my whole life, and it fucked me.
Mhm.
It fucked me up in kindergarten.
Mm.
I'll let Spencer finish though.
I mean, like that's really it. That's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, I didn't have much issues with knowing phrases in terms of their like meaning as much as I did mispronouncing them.
I'm trying to remember how it's worded.
Facade.
I don't remember how you word the question, but it's a very common thing and a common way to ask questions where yes means no and no means yes. Like, are you all right with? No, it's not that. It's
Do you mind? No.
Do you mind?
Yeah, no, that always fucked me up too.
Do you
oh my
mind?
God.
Oh my fucking god. So I had a girlfriend in kindergarten, granted, like, you know, girlfriend in kindergarten. And the kindergarten teacher said, "Do you mind if she sits at your table?" Because we had like big round tables with like multiple kids sitting at it. And she said that, and I fucking shut down. Like, I remember this being
Yeah.
like a life-altering moment for me in kindergarten, because she said that out loud, and my brain was like, like I robotically shut down. Like, I was looking at her, and then I was looking at the floor, and I was just like, do you mind? That's like, do you care if? Which, like, no, I don't care, but yes, I want her to sit here. So should I say no, or should I say yes? So should I say, yes, I want her to sit here, but also what she asked is a yes or no question. So I should say yes, because yes, I want her to sit here, but the right answer to her
But
question is
is
no.
no.
So
And I
then,
hate it.
like, she's like I'm just sitting here just like looking around the room at this point with like insane eyes. And like the teacher's very clearly getting confused because she just asked me if this girl who she knows I'm close with can sit at my table, and I am just looking at the floor and the walls and the ceiling with wild fucking eyes like but in my brain I'm just trying to process out the do you mind. And finally I just looked at her and I'm like, I think yes, maybe. And she goes,
Yep.
well, I guess we'll find someplace else for her to sit. And I was like,
And you're
No,
like,
like,
what?
no. I was
Wait,
like,
no.
no, that's not what I meant. I think not. Like, I just,
Oh my god.
Stand down.
so the teacher was like, no,
Oh my
if you
God.
have a problem with her sitting at the same desk with you, I understand that. It's fine. We'll find someplace else for it. I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
no,
I just didn't
no.
understand the question. You worded it super weird. It was too complicated for my little 6-year-old brain. Oh, and like it
Yeah,
just
no,
shut me
that
down
question-
completely.
That question fucked me up throughout the entirety of elementary school.
It just shut my whole fucking brain down, man. And still to this day, when anybody asks me that question, I go out of my way to answer it in long form. Like, if you ask me, do you mind?
Yeah.
I'll always answer in long form now.
Yeah.
I
like-
have to.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can
Or
go
I
ahead
can't
and sit with
process it.
me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I over-explain my answer.
Yeah, because
I
like
have
you
to.
have to, because you made that mistake once, and now. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Which-
I've done shit like that before too.
No, I have. Yeah. Any. Oh my god.
Oh,
Anytime I have any questions like that, no, I have to fully explain it, because if I don't, then it won't make sense in my head, even though it clearly makes sense to everyone else already.
once you know, somebody played a sound alert, so nobody heard anything you guys just said. But I think it was just
It's
explaining the same statement.
Yeah, no, can't do it.
But yeah, no, can't do that one.
Mm-mm.
And then she never talked to me again after that week, because the next maybe 2 days later, I was sitting playing with trains in the corner of the room, and I had shit my pants. 'Cause I was in kindergarten, and I'll be honest, I shit my pants. And she came over and she was like, "Can I play with the trains with you?" And I was like, "No."
Oh.
But I didn't want to be like, "No," because I shit my pants. And she was just like, "Well, okay." And then she left. So between me having said I don't want her to sit at the desk with me, and then trying to explain that I'm just stupid,
broke her
and
heart.
that not working, and then me having shit my pants, yeah.
You kick this 6-year-old in the heart, man.
Yeah.
Good dude.
We never officially broke up though, so like realistically I've been cheating on Sarah with this girl for our entire relationship.
A
I guess
long time.
what's really happening is I've been cheating on this girl with every girl I've ever dated. Because
Yeah.
she came first.
Yo, she must be tilted.
Mm-hmm. Which Sarah actually apparently
I
knows
can't
her.
believe- Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, her name's like Gail, and I told Sarah about all this, and Sarah's like, "Are you talking about fucking Gail hit like such and such?" And I'm like, Yeah, and she's
You're
like,
holy shit.
of course I should. Yeah, I shit my pants. Yeah, I shit my pants.
You should find her and be like, hey, remember that one time? And she'll be like, no, and you'll be like, well, I shit my pants.
Well, so in high school or something, I tried to message her and be like, so like, this is what happened with those two things. And she never responded. And I'm like,
She doesn't remember me.
either A, she doesn't remember. Well, she became really preppy.
Oh.
And I was a goth fat kid.
Mm.
So what's actually happening right now is I'm doing all this working out and I'm losing all this weight just so that I can finally break up with this girl. Like she'll finally talk to me.
That's it.
Yeah.
She'll finally.
I can finally break up with her in my 30s because I'll look good enough for her to pay attention to me.
Oh, thank God.
She's probably married and like sad now though, so
Ooh. You'll be like, I'm breaking up with you.
Probably.
And she'll
Live.
be like, I don't. Okay.
By the way, say hi to Dying Meadows, guys. He's in chat.
Yo, dying, pop off.
Yo, what up?
Making fun of me for shitting my pants.
Oh, it's okay. I don't have a memory recollection of me actually shitting my pants at any point in my life. But obviously it happened when, I was a kid. Kid.
Like it had to, right?
Like pre-memory biz, which has to be really fucking far back because memory is my thing. But
I think if I feed you anything other than chicken strips, you're gonna shit your pants.
That's probably true.
I'm not gonna shit my pants. I'll make it to the bathroom.
Married, 3 kids, and a meth habit, probably.
Like, I'll make it to the bathroom. Like, that doesn't... Actually, most of the time, if I'm not at my house specifically, it's very difficult for me to shit because I get nervous.
So I never used to have a problem shitting outside of my house, but now that I use a bidet, man, I hate
yeah.
I hate shitting outside of my house. I never feel clean.
Mhm.
I'm starting to convert
Yeah.
people over, man.
You have an actual bidet. I just have... It's literally a fucking garden hose strapped to the toilet.
Okay.
That's the bidet we have. And one time, this is actually the second one we have in my bathroom because the first one fucking exploded in the middle of the night and flooded the bathroom. Yes.
The entire time you've known me, you've known I'm a huge supporter of bidets, and you've never told me about this fucking garden hose? Or why you have a fucking garden hose duct taped to your toilet?
It's basically a garden hose. I mean, it's not, but it is. Like, it's a little squeezy shower head on a hose. Like, the hose is a metal one, too. But...
Okay, so first of all, is it because you guys wanted a bidet, or is it because of a medical issue?
Oh, no, it's because my dad was just like, I feel like installing, quote, bidets in all of the bathrooms of the house. And then he did.
So instead of going and getting, like, actual bidets...
Actual bidets. He's just like, hose. $20 hose. Strap it to the toilet.
And
Strap it in.
instead of... And I'm assuming your guys' doesn't have an air
Well, this
dryer.
is- Of course not. I have to...
So you still have to
No.
wipe.
You still have to wipe and use toilet paper, yeah.
What the fuck's the point? Oh my god.
It's real good at cleaning your asshole, I gotta say.
Yeah, and probably your lady bits, but like...
Ew.
Ew.
That's biz for you.
So wait a minute. You use this hose on your asshole, but your lady bits that are like more important to clean with it, you don't?
I didn't say that, but,
The implication of fucking ew implies it though, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Does it? Is that what that implies? Oh no. Oh, it's one of those things that I don't.
Well, now we need an explanation here. Do you not?
Oh my god. Not if I'm peeing, but like, during other times, yeah.
Why would you not use it when you pee?
What's the point? Why would I blast myself when I pee when I'm gonna have to use toilet paper anyway?
To clean off the fucking pee!
But I'm gonna have to dry off with toilet paper anyway, so might as well just use the fucking toilet paper in the first place.
Because the toilet paper is less effective at cleaning off the pee.
I don't understand how? Like, I know how, but like, how?
Well, let me ask you this. When you get in the shower, do you
Yes.
turn on water, or do you wrap yourself in fucking paper towels?
See, first off,
It kind of sounds like you use water. Let me cut you off here to save time. You use fucking water. You use fucking water. Ergo, water better for cleaning. So piss, Piss,
Okay,
you know, the thing we
okay.
all agree unanimously is fucking disgusting, you should
I
clean off
understand.
with water.
I understand what you're trying to tell me, but like, keep in mind this water is also not warm. It's very fucking cold, and I don't like it.
Oh yeah, I guess you wouldn't have the warmer like my bidet too, huh?
No, it's just water. It's just a hose. It's like when the hose is on for
Oh my
like half
God.
a second, and it goes from like steamy to like immediately ice. And it's just so cold. And it literally goes numb. You go numb because it's so cold. You can't find anything. It's so numb.
freezing your pussy off every time you use the bathroom.
You can't help it. Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh.
So much.
Oh shit.
So that's why you should get a real bidet, not a fucking garden hose strapped to your toilet.
I will
And again,
say.
keep in mind, the first one exploded.
So
The fucking head just exploded off of the hose and it just flooded the bathroom.
for anybody who may want to watch this, let me tell you about my wonderful bidet that you can in fact buy at your local Menards. You won't have to buy toilet paper for like if you do have to replace this, it's like every 3 to 5 years. That I can guarantee because we had ours for like a while. Hot water because it heats the water. The toilet seat itself is heated. It has bowl lighting so that you can see in your bathroom at night without having to turn on the light because the bowl's lit. And it dries your booty and
lit, fam.
And it de-scents your poop so you don't smell your own shit.
Well, I that's actually one of the COVID things that has never come back. I can't smell shit.
So I have a different
Or
issue.
farts.
There's only certain smells that have come back. All right?
Mhm.
And one of the problems with that is that it's one... Okay, so I don't know how to explain this scientifically.
Okay.
But... So I only smell certain smells. But... I smell that same smell in shit and in food.
Oh no.
I do actually understand that because I do have some smells that are also like not mismatched, but I guess it technically is, where they like overlap.
Everything tastes, and since like taste is based off of smell.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Everything tastes like shit.
I understand that.
There's a lot of food that if I eat it, it just tastes like shit. Like really bad because a lot of my smells are gone. So like the overwhelming majority of foods, it tastes like shit. Because it smells the same as the shit smell, or tastes and smells the same as the shit smells.
You know what that is? That's a shitty situation. My name's Spencer. Sorry.
I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of a laugh from that one.
No, that was good.
It wasn't supposed to be funny.
It was a good dad joke. It was a quality dad joke. So Biz is pregnant. Anyhow.
I'm not! Oh my god!
Nope, Spencer's making dad jokes.
Oh my god, no. I've had to take so many COVID tests, don't make me do it.
Missing's just walking around the house is like, is that shit or is Sarah eating pizza? No, like, so,
Dude, that is the worst though.
cheeseburgers? Any cheeseburger, like, any beef product really tastes like shit smells.
Weird to me.
Mm-hmm. It tastes like how shit smells. Like,
That's why, I
basically,
used to eat a lot more burgers.
everything that, like, I have to basically eat. I fucking eat like Biz. Like, it has to be like leafy, veggie, or like.
Nope, she doesn't eat veggies.
Well, I don't eat veggies.
It has to be granola-y based, or.
It has to be very particular things that are within your taste set that you currently have, yes.
Yeah, or it tastes like shit.
Or it tastes like shit. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because I get the exact same taste palette from it that I can currently smell from shit. It's so unfortunate, man. It's so fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was really bad. Because, like, the first time I had COVID, the quote shit taste I had for anything that was protein, and it was the worst.
I
And
think-
that's how I lost 10 pounds when I was on COVID, because I just didn't fucking eat.
I think that's a lot of it. I think that's a lot of it is the protein.
It's
I
protein.
think, yeah, because like I said, it's very heavy in beef, like red meat, like beef.
Yeah.
Any beef substance smells exactly how I smell shit.
I do understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't smell like shit because I can't smell shit, but it smells like my memory of what shit smells like, yeah. It's really weird. Yeah, like chicken still doesn't taste like chicken.
So
But it's the only protein I can stand eating right now. Well, and pork, but that's neither here nor there.
yeah, I had pork chops
pork
yesterday,
chops.
and those are fucking great.
I love pork chops, so.
Dying Meadows lost 10 pounds on cocaine.
Nice.
Nice, buddy.
I'm down. If you go for my original weight, like right after I wrecked the motorcycle, I'm down. Fuck me. What am I down now? 70 pounds?
Okay.
Almost 80?
Nice. I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm. And then this year, I'm down almost 50.
Shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I need to weigh myself. I keep forgetting to get new batteries for my scale, and then I go to use my scale, and it says low battery and just won't work. So, yeah.
I mean, I didn't used to be able to use most scales. Most scales used to go, "Get the fuck off me!" Every time I step on it.
Error.
Error, please help, way too high, oh my god, gonna break.
Oh, God.
So, according to the random number generator, Spencer, you're last.
Okay.
So, that leaves me next. So, we have to insulate the attic because the upstairs bedroom is hot as fuck. By the way, can I tell you how nice it is to be able to cross my legs and shit in this chair now that I fit in it? It's so
nice.
fucking nice. Oh my god.
Dude, nothing your legs in your chair, dude.
Like, I can put my legs up in the chair and shit, and oh man.
Part of the chair experience.
Dude, I can do so many things that okay, anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
So, my brother-in-law comes to help me because he does a lot of contractor work, and he's just, he's big smart about things like that. So, he's in the attic, and I'm in the bedroom, and I'm grabbing some tools and stuff, and he's in the attic by himself. And he comes, he's a big boy. So when he comes rushing out, it's kind of like a wrecking ball rolling, because he's big, he's short and big, and he's one of those types of bigs where he's a beautifully round man. Like, he has a perfect Santa Claus tummy, and I fucking love him for it, because he's like, he has got a perfectly round stomach, man. Like, I can't, he looks like somebody put a beach ball inside of him and fucking inflated it right there in the middle. And I love it. Anyhow, he comes running out of the attic, just clearly fucking freaked out. And I'm like, you good, bro? By the way, Nightmare Attic, the haunted attic that I told you guys about. So, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, not really, man. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, uh-huh. And I go, why? He goes, so, like, you ever just get inside your own head? And I'm like, well, yeah. And he goes, so I was sitting there, and I was working, and I was like, if I look up right now, I'm going to see a face. And I convinced myself that I look up, I'm going to see a face. And I was like, okay. And he goes, and then I was like, well, you know, I have to look up to prove to myself there's not a face, so I'm just going to sit here scared of this face that's not there all day. And I was like, all right. He goes, so I looked up, and I was like, okay. And he goes, and have you ever, like, been convinced that something was going to scare you, and then instead of, like, the scary thing you thought was going to be there, something else happens at the same time that's even more scary? And I go, no. And he goes, well, I looked up thinking I was going to see a face. And then right when I looked up, I heard children laughing. And I go, oh, no.
No.
No. And he goes, uh-huh. And I go, so, like, do I need to call an exorcist? Or, like, what up, dude? And he goes, no, No. And I go, okay. He goes, there's kids playing outside. So there's kids.
I do understand that.
There's kids.
At least you hope there's kids playing outside, right?
No, there were. Like,
Okay.
you couldn't hear them inside of the actual house, but when you're out in the attic where there's nothing but just like, the roof between you and them with
Yeah.
just the wood slats, and then the, you can hear outside very clearly. Inside the house you can't, but like out there, yes. So, yeah, I mean, I could see them out the window where I was standing right there, like, yes. In the attic you could hear them playing. It's just they were quiet for a while and then they laughed right when he looked up. Oh man, he was freaked out for the rest of the fucking day though.
I mean, I don't blame him. I'd kind of be like, no thanks.
By the way, I want to remind you, I think I've told you the lore of my brother-in-law, but we are also talking about a guy that has a tattoo of the devil crawling up his neck and onto his face.
Nice.
Like, he is a Harley riding biking motherfucker that wears like a leather jacket all the time. Like, I mean, this is like one of the hardcore motherfuckers I've known in my life.
Yeah.
So him being
You're shitless.
yeah, it's one of the funniest things.
It's a blessing.
And he's like, your house isn't scary. It's just every once in a while you get a vibe.
And you're just like, I don't want to be here anymore.
It's not even that. It's not even like I don't want to be here anymore. It's just like you don't. It's big enough that if you're here by yourself, it feels very empty. So you don't really want to be here. Like, you don't feel bad about being in an area of the house by yourself. You just don't want to be in the entire house by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
No, I can feel that.
when you're upstairs and you're the like only person upstairs, like, you're alone. When you're in the basement and you're the only person in the basement, like, you're alone. But you just don't want to know you're the only person in the entire building by yourself, if that makes sense.
Oh no, I 100% understand that, because like I would carry Nerf guns around when I was a kid if I was home alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was scared of shit. My house ain't even that big.
What were those Nerf guns going to do?
I don't know.
It made Kid Biz feel good. I also had the Nerf swords.
I imagine your house is a little bigger than mine, looking at your house.
My house?
I think so.
I don't know. I'd have to look up the square footage. Because I don't think so. We don't have a basement and we don't have a full attic.
I mean, my attic is mostly like actual attic. Don't you have a second floor?
Mine's 2 floors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My second floor is like one bedroom and a landing. So that's what I'm saying.
I don't know the square footage. Square footage is, oh my god, that's such an old picture. That's the old Stratus. Square footage is 1,932.
Your house is only 1,000 square foot.
Well, it's right below 2,000 square foot. Yeah, it's like 1,900.
All right, mine's bigger,
Yeah, that's what I said.
but like a lot.
Dude, it does have the old Dodge Stratus in front of the house, and that tree
Your
was so much
house?
smaller. Oh my god,
It looks so big from the outside.
it's not.
Yeah.
Again,
No.
there's no basement, so you don't have that, and
Your house looks way bigger because mine's 5,000 square foot, and your house looks
yeah,
bigger
that's a
than
little
mine.
bit. That's a little big.
Yeah.
That's a little big.
Yeah,
Dude,
because
it's so fun seeing these old pictures. Oh my god.
altogether mine's 3 stories.
My older sister trashed that Dodge Stratus, though. Oh my god.
I cannot believe your house is only a little bit bigger than mine. Well, yeah, no, yours like the same size as my old house then.
Was it? Because I feel like my house was still bigger than your old house.
My old house was just over 1,000 square foot.
Yes, mine's 1,900 square feet.
1,900. Okay. So yours was just a couple hundred square feet bigger than my old house.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's probably just the stairs.
Just the stairs.
Mhm.
Just the stairs.
Yeah. 4
Wow.
bedroom, technically. 2.5 bathrooms.
It looks way bigger.
hmm I used to think it was bigger when I was a kid, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you include just living space, this house is like 3,000 square foot, and then when you include
Jesus.
the basement, we include the basement and the attic. This one, 3,200 and some square feet living space, and then when you include the basement and the attic and everything, it's like 5,400. And then it also has a garage and a shed. And now a fully fenced-in yard.
Nice.
And it's probably like, only, I don't know, like $800,000 cheaper than your house. That's not fortuitous. That's probably actually true at this point in time.
No, 100% most likely.
Yeah.
It's all about that location, baby.
Mhm.
It is all about the location, and actually where our house is located, it's like in the middle of all the elementary schools.
Yep.
So it is actually, a relatively
And age. I mean, my house
one
is...
area.
Yeah, it is a very adult conversation. You're right, Dying. And age of the house, too. My house is older, so... I mean, like, I don't know. I also just think the person selling this house had no fucking clue what she was selling.
I mean, there's always that too.
Yeah, because, I mean, a literal trailer went for sale. Like, a literal fucking single wide trailer went for sale 2 blocks away from here for 3 times as much as this house. Like, and sold.
Mhm.
So, I mean, there's no way she knew what she was selling here.
You just want to get rid of it. Apparently.
So, did I tell you guys about the whole story of how we heard we got the price for this house?
No, I don't think
I don't think so.
I mean, do we want to dive into that?
I don't mind.
So, apparently, there is allegedly. Allegedly. So I don't want to slander anybody without knowing. Allegedly. There's these 2 guys here locally. I'm pouring water, not pissing. Who buy all the all the houses here locally, and they are basically slumlords because of the haunting. Yeah, because it's possessed by demons. Well, it also used to be an old church, so it's definitely got haunted. It's definitely haunted. But they buy all the houses here locally, and they're basically slumlords, and they rent them out for like they rent them out at a steep price. But I guess, according to, I've heard this from 3 people, like there's one of them that'll even just like literally like take drugs and sex for rent. So like a legitimate fucking slumlord.
Oh, okay.
And the lady who was selling this house is retiring to Florida, and her family was the people who used to rent houses out here locally. So she specifically was refusing to sell this house to them because she didn't want this house to become a fucking slum house.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. And everybody who tried to put in offers on this house, those 2 guys were basically forcing out of being able to buy it somehow in some way. And she was also just kind of hard to deal with in general because, like, she was 90, didn't have any modern technology, so she's really hard to get a hold of. Like, she was hard to deal with while we were buying the house. She was very stubborn, and just, like, there were problems with the house that she had to fix that she didn't want to fix before we bought it. So, like, I guess what it came down to is, like, that the problems with the house got rid of most of the legitimate buyers besides those guys. And she refused to sell to those guys, and those guys chased off all the local buyers. So we were about the only people who put in an actual offer from outside of town.
Mhm.
So that's how we ended up getting it so cheap.
I mean, not bad.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, obviously bad situation in general, but like in nice.
I mean, not really, because I mean, like, what's There's not a downside to us, I guess. Really, I mean, like.
Oh yeah, no,
We
not
pissed.
for you guys.
I'm
but,
sure
like,
that they're
the fact
pissed off,
that-
but like
yeah.
the town suffering, I guess, sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, getting big house for big cheap.
Mm-hmm. But that's me that the town hall people like us a lot, and apparently the fact that like I'm talking about starting my own business and everything's made them have a crush on me.
Mhm.
And they've already repaved the sidewalk to our house.
How's that mail going?
How's the mail going?
Yeah.
Delivered. Well, that's not their area though, so can't blame them for that.
Mm.
But we are getting our mail.
Yeah, that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's go. Mail time.
Mail time. Fucking kid shows. Fucking kid shows.
The Blue's Clues, no.
I don't know if I'm going. I think I'm going down in followers at this point in my Twitch career. Just old followers leaving. Every time I look at my follower count, it's lower. Nice.
You know, it happens.
It's all those fucking Dead by Daylight people falling off. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Fuck.
Do you think I'm gonna...
So the other thing on my topics list that's not a real topic for us to discuss is I am going in. Well, one, I'm getting my business license currently.
Nice.
Yep. And two, I've decided that when I'm getting my business license, I'm going to do fucking like if you're gonna get a business license, do everything, right? That's always been like my philosophy on getting it.
I
Like
would
don't
concede.
like yes, I'm going to do computer repairs and shit like that, but also like
Fuck it, try something else.
yeah, like I like cutting grass, so fuck it, cut grass. Which like I'm not gonna do a lot of business because there's a million people cutting grass, but like you know, I've got a zero turn. Why not cut grass? Well, another thing I'm doing, I'm going into the wax melting business.
Ooh.
Yeah, like wax melts and like wax tarts and candles and whatnot because like, why
There's a lot
fucking
you can
not?
do with wax.
Yeah, because like, so I was thinking about like I've ordered all the stuff. It's all coming in this week for me to start producing and making my own wax melts and all that shit. So I'm gonna start selling those. Probably within the next week, maybe 2. We'll see kind of how the production comes. And I was like, you know, I should really make wax melts based off of games I'm playing on Twitch, and I should use my own business as a sponsor for my Twitch streams. And then I was like, yeah, and I was like, well, I'm playing Timberborn right now. I'm doing a playthrough of Timberborn and doing like this whole Timberborn. I was like, what wax melt would I make for Timberborn? So I was like, well, you know, river, like woody kind of smells. And I was like, but like what scent would I use for beavers? And then I remembered that vanilla extract
Your vanilla extract, sorry, yeah.
comes from beaver anus.
Comes from what?
Do you not know?
Is it the anal? Are there actual anal glands?
Yeah. The vanilla extract comes from beavers' anal glands.
Or I don't know if the actual extract comes from it, but that's what it smells like.
No, like a version, not the version that we modernly use, I don't believe, or like a common version of it, but there's a version of vanilla extract that was a pretty commonly used one that was extracted from the beaver's anal gland. So
That sounds so strange.
You want me to look it up real quick? I'll look it up real quick. I've got the power of Google.
Yeah, no, it's true though. Vanilla and raspberry flavors might be enhanced by castoreum, or whatever the fuck you say, and make sure the anal secretions in urine of beavers. You're welcome.
I did not like.
I know, because you really like vanilla ice cream.
And I also enjoy raspberry as well.
I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry, Spencer. Except every time we get ice cream, you gotta check the back to see if it's in.
Also, who cares? I mean, like, if it's being approved,
Yeah,
like if it's
I don't
approved, like,
care.
like here's the thing. I'm not like, listen, if I've already ate and drank beaver piss, I'm not gonna stop doing it now.
Like, I mean, might as well continue.
Like, if I've been
I'm
doing
still
it,
alive, so like.
like if I've been doing it, might as well keep eating and drinking beaver piss.
I guess, you know.
Yeah, no, that tracks for me.
So a woodsy,
Mm.
raspberry and vanilla scented wax melt for Timberborn,
Mhm. Yep, I agree.
and then have the wax melt itself shaped like a beaver. And bam,
Bam.
the Timberborn wax melt.
Hmm. I see.
And he.
Don't like it, but I see.
You don't like it, but you see.
Yeah. Don't like it, but yes.
I'm already working, like, I ordered this stuff today to start getting started on my, like, Halloween line, too, because that's going to be, my main thing.
Big one.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky.
Gonna sell to all those Dead by Daylight players.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nah, I already have a mold for, like, Jason Voorhees mask, so, you know.
What a nerd.
What a nerd.
Mm.
Shall we start the last topic?
Yep, it's your turn.
So, the question is, what is the worst video game you've ever played?
I'm going
I will
last, because mine's
start-
long.
I will start with a little story here.
Oh no, here we go.
So, I got transferred to another store for a couple of weeks to learn how they run stuff, just to get different experience under my belt, I guess. Like, I've basically seen how everything's run from, like, every store at this point in time. I have, if I get a key to this one, I'll have keys to over half the franchise.
Suck up.
Huh?
No, nothing. I got a cold.
Did you say suck up?
No.
I mean, okay. So after like the first day there, I went to go get Mexican food with a couple of the employees there, because
Might as well.
I go out with my employees. It's not. I know people say you can't fraternize,
Clearly.
but I'm like, whatever.
Clearly.
And they brought up a game that I had forgotten about that was locked deep away within the recesses of my mind.
Oh, God. Every time somebody says shit like that, I'm reminded of this one game that I want to play so fucking bad. Oh, I miss it so much.
My stepdad had convinced me to purchase this online MMO third-person shooter
Oh
for
no.
the 360
Oh no.
that also happened to have a Sci-Fi Network TV show
no, I know what
tie-in.
you're talking about. Oh my god. Oh god.
Defiance.
Uh-huh. Mhm. Fucking Defiance. Oh my god. Oh shit.
And like, I know that I still have a copy in like my 360 like game drawer here in the room, and I forgot that game existed, and Carl fucking just like pulled that
Ew.
game memory from the recess of my mind, and I'm like, thanks a lot, buddy. I was having a great time until you reminded me that I spent $60 on Defiance.
$60. Oh my god. I remember when that shit went free to play and then GameStop still sold copies for 99 cents.
Like, just I've played MMOs, and like literally the entire game was like, oh, there's like some like Flashpoint event, like not Flashpoint, but like some Flash event like happening here. Go here and fight with the other people so you can gain level and experience and level up. And like that was the whole game.
I feel like Defiance is what Destiny's based off of.
Mm-hmm. It
In
is.
a way. I can see that.
Do you remember when Destiny
They
like
do
pretended
have
it was an MMO?
That, I mean, it originally was supposed to be an MMO, and then they were like, no, we want you to lean more into more shooter aspects. Like, it was always going to be like a first-person shooter MMO, but like, Activision kind of don't even get me started. Oh my god. But yeah. It's leaning more into MMO traits, slowly but surely, which is exciting.
Oh! I have another one.
Oh no.
So there, and like apparently the game has gotten better.
It's
but
still
I
a
picked up-
thing?
Oh no, not
No,
Defiance.
he's talking about
No.
something else.
This is a different game. This is a different game. So I had bought this game, and I believe it's alpha state, playable on Steam, and from all of the trailers and everything that I was watching, it really lent itself to be this story-driven dystopia, like take your daily joy pills kind of bullshit.
Mhm.
And the game is, you don't take the joy pills, and you get to explore through this dystopian era, much like Rapture from BioShock, or like stuff like that, where it's very
Wait,
dictatorship.
I know what game you're talking about.
We Happy Few.
We have
Yeah.
to. Okay, yeah.
And I played that game, and it was just like procedurally generated like bullshit.
It got really
like-
fucking popular, didn't it?
It did end up getting popular, but
It's like huge right now, isn't it?
Yeah, like I
it's
said,
gotten
the game apparently has gotten better, but like when I played during that like beta, it was so bad.
Yeah, but like,
It was the one and only time that I had bought something on Steam, and I'm like, can I get a refund?
I only ever tried to get a refund on Steam for one game, and
I'll say Anthem. I'll hurt you.
no. Was an Anthem, and I got denied because I played for 2 hours and 1 minute.
1 minute over, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? I can't believe you played for that.
I played for one fucking round of this game, by the way.
Uh-huh.
One round. It was a multiplayer game. I played one round
For 2 hours and 1 minute.
because, like, the lobby search and getting ready and everything, it took 2 hours and 1 minute.
What game?
Hunt Showdown.
I've never fucking heard of
I know
that
what you're talking
one.
about.
It's not even that bad. It's just I don't have the fucking
not.
time
It's
for
just-
it.
No. I had a few friends on Xbox that got into playing that, and I was just like, I can't sit here. Like, I can't do this for this long.
Yeah, it's not even bad. It's just
And yet you play Destiny.
I don't.
That's different. I'm doing different things. Fuck you. You play Final Fantasy. Fuck you.
I do, and after our own report came out, the game's more than playable.
Yeah. So,
I don't play anything right now besides Timberborn for an hour a day.
I've been playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
That's a good game.
it is so good.
So fucking good.
So good.
The mystery dungeons are all like, even the bad mystery dungeons I always have fun with.
Like I've seen like people's conversations on like the mystery dungeons, and like apparently Super Mystery Dungeon is like universally hated amongst the Mystery Dungeon fans. And then the ones that come up next in the list in terms of being bad is like literally the one that I played and the one that I love.
So, listen, not to cut you off, but I have to fucking talk about this game.
Oh no.
So, this isn't my bad game because I'm gonna let Biz go next. But this isn't my bad game. This is a game that I feel like I had a fucking fever dream that it existed because I love this game so fucking much. And I'm not gonna tell you the name of it because I need to know if anybody else knew about this fucking game.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna name the main star of this game because I feel like everybody guesses it immediately if I name the like main character of this game.
Okay.
But I need to know if anybody else played this fucking game and if it was real. But this is a
Okay.
game where you play as a character. You
Okay.
use a guitar axe, a guitar and an axe.
Oh yeah.
Brutal
It's
Legend?
a Brutal Legend, yeah.
Fucking thank God. Fucking thank
Yeah.
God. How
Yeah, I remember that.
how
It was so
I
good.
don't know.
It was so
I never got to
fucking
play
good.
it. I didn't get to play it. I remember seeing it on the cover of a Game Informer, and I wanted that game, and my parents said, no, it makes too violent.
It's on Steam. You can play it on Steam.
Oh, okay. Well,
And you have a computer now.
Yeah,
I do.
that's why I'm saying it.
Uh,
Like, you can play it on Steam. It is literally... I'm gonna buy it on Steam at some point. It was one of my favorite fucking games ever. Because you would play, and you commanded an army, and then also you would play on the battlefield, and then you, like, leveled up your troops and shit. Why was it so good? Am I delusional about how good it was just because, like, it fit my genre so well?
No, you're not. You're not delusional because it's a very Dynasty Warriors-esque game, correct?
Yes and no? I guess, yeah.
I mean, it borrows elements. I mean, it's not Dynasty Warriors, obviously, but
I guess thinking
you know.
back at it, yeah. I mean, it kind of is Dynasty Warriors-esque, but it also had, like, tower defense elements almost to it.
Yeah.
But then it had a linear storyline progression where you would go through an
Mhm.
open world, and you drove like a car, and you got power-up abilities, and you got new weapons.
And your car was something out of like Mad Max Fury Road.
Yep. And then there was like... You became like a demon lord by the end of it? Like... Oh.
I don't remember. All I remember was that I'm pretty sure you played as what's his name?
Jack Black.
That's it.
Yep.
Mhm.
You play... It was voice acted as Jack... Like, by Jack Black. And you played as a... Like, roadie? I think he was a roadie from Earth that gets pulled into this other dimension to be the savior of this rock realm, and you collect like click aspects, like click parts of like different types of metal bands. So you collect like, you know, headbangers and like glam rockers and hair metals and stuff like that to make different aspects of your army. And then you form your army to go up against like the pop... I don't remember what kind of like what the evil people were in this, but it was so fucking good. But that's the game.
My neighbor played that game a lot, and she really enjoyed it.
Even if you get rid of like the metal aspect of it, the actual core gameplay was so ahead of its time to me.
Well, she was a metalhead, so naturally
Yeah.
she was gonna love it.
I mean, I was as well, so that's what I'm saying. Is like maybe it was only so good to me because of that, but also like I felt like the actual mechanics of the game were something that you wouldn't see, and like you would see nowadays too. Oh
Sounds
man,
fair.
such a good game.
That's fair.
All right, Biz, worst game you ever played? Can't say Destiny 2.
It's not gonna be Destiny 2 because I love that game, and fuck you guys, because I love it and I can't help it, and I know it's really bad, but I love it anyway.
I'd love
Actually, a
it
lot
too
better.
if I had people to play with.
Okay, I'm not gonna get on that either. Well, I think I've actually told this story to both of you guys before. But born and raised on that Nintendo. Went from my Super Nintendo as a kid, didn't have an N64, got a GameCube, and then I really, really wanted a Wii, and we got a Wii, and it was amazing, and I loved it. Mostly because I could play all my GameCube games on that, and then but anyway, that's off topic. Stay on fucking.
Nobody
Got a
here
Wii.
stays on topic.
I know, I'm trying to keep my brain because I will go on a tangent for the next 45 minutes about my fucking Wii. But anyway, so my dad, at the time, this is one of the few times where my dad did indeed have a job. He had one right now. When my dad has a job, he always makes bank because that's how he works. He doesn't have a job for a long time, and then he gets a job that makes bank, and then he fucking loses that for a couple years. But anyway,
Kind of sounds
made bank.
like me.
Very, very in character. So he was like, I'm tired of all of our little kid consoles, because that's what he called the Nintendo ones, and okay, fine, you can call it that, but like now we got Bayonetta, so like, ugh. Anyway, So he wanted to get one of the other consoles because for whatever reason this man refused to get into the PC gaming, which is funny because he got a gaming PC and he doesn't even fucking use it for gaming, but nonetheless. He bought the original model Fat Boy backwards compatible PlayStation 3. And if any of you remember how much money that thing was when it came out,
Yeah, it was $800.
somewhere in that range after taxes, yes. It was stupid. He's just like, well, I wanted a Blu-ray player and a new game console. And I'm like, well, you could have gotten a Blu-ray player for so much cheaper. Anyway, PlayStation 3. He wants to get me to play the PlayStation 3 because if you can get Biz to play the console, that means the console's good. Apparently, that's how it worked in his brain back in the day. Also, my own personal opinion, I don't like PlayStation controllers. The symmetrical thumbsticks make me want to hurt myself. So, he bought 3 games. Only one of the games was for him. The game for him was, of course, GTA, because of course it was. Lair, which I don't know if any of you guys have played Lair before, but it's a really bad Dragonflight game, which my little kid brain loved so much, but it was so fucking bad.
Oh my god. Is that where you could transform into a dragon?
No, so essentially, you ride on the back of a dragon, and it uses the motion controls of the 6-axis controller for you to angle and tilt for your dragon to fly in that direction. And
Hate it.
the controls were so fucking bad. But
Yeah,
like,
so I'm trying to get off
I
where
want
you're
that
saying
dragon.
bad. Like, I'm gonna be honest here. Because, like,
Uh-huh.
wasn't... Like, they're getting ready to come out with a second one of that.
Are they making a second layer?
Yes.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
That's so exciting because Kid Biz loved that game, but I know it was really fucking bad.
She's
Yeah.
looking it up right now.
Oh,
No,
I
I mean-
am right now.
Like, my understanding is they're working on a second layer. Yeah, it was reviewed 4.4 stars. On
Are you sure
Metacritic.
we're talking
Metacritic,
about
it was
layer?
rated for 53%. Yes, PlayStation 3, layer.
Okay.
Metacritic 53 is quite low.
Yeah, on Metacritic, it was rated for 53, but that
Oh yeah,
was
no, that game sucked.
on the
I know
actual
later on they
Sony.
patched it, so
On
you-
Amazon, though, 4.4.
Yeah.
IGN rated it at 4.9.
But I'm not even at the bad game yet. Like, Layer is just the stepping stone to the actual bad game, the first game I ever played on the PlayStation 3. And it was known as Sonic the Hedgehog.
The Hedgehog?
Yes, that was on purpose. Also known as Sonic 06 on the PlayStation 3. Which, in case any of you guys have never been upon the internet,
Alright, the reviews were to shit, but I love Layer. Don't fuck with Layer.
is no, I love Lair. It's bad, but I love it. No, Sonic 06, as anyone would know if they know the game, is not good at all.
Isn't that the one where he fucked a human?
No, he didn't fuck, but they did kiss, and when they kissed, he turned into Super Sonic, which was the dumbest thing ever said. Also, Sonic died in that game. He died. He straight up was killed.
Spoilers.
And he was brought back to life with a kiss. Fucking, it's Sonic 06.
So he fucked a human.
Granted, that fucking game had some of the most beautiful pre-rendered cutscenes I've ever seen in my life. And the soundtrack was really good. But it was so bad.
Kinda sounds like he's gonna fuck
And
a
that's
human.
still not the worst game I've ever played, most likely. Because I did play Mass Effect Andromeda, but that's neither here nor there. But like, fucking, that was the very first Sonic game I ever played, by the way. Because I grew up on Nintendo, never played Sonic games. And I was very confused on why people like to play Sonic games so much.
Listen, Sonic Adventures,
Uh huh. Sonic
Yeah.
Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2. That's the
did-
reason
I did
people
go
play
back-
Sonic.
Yep.
I did go back and play the Sonic Adventure games that were on the GameCube that I got from the exchange, because that's where I got my games on Steam. But, yeah, no, that's probably overall one of the worst ones I ever played. Cause like, I got stuck on that silver boss fight for so fucking long because I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Sonic Adventures 2.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube, good shit. Also played Shadow the Hedgehog later, and that was god awful.
Oh, my
A
heart.
lot of people like Shadow the Hedgehog.
I didn't enjoy it.
I'm a lot of
Also,
people.
he said a potty word on it. He said potty word. He said, "Oh damn!" And then my dad told me how to take the discount, which is hilarious because you should hear my dad. He said potty words, so I couldn't play the game anymore. He almost didn't let me play fucking Super Smash Brothers because it was rated T.
And now look at you.
And now look at me. Now look at me.
I'm gonna say this out loud. I fucking loved Sonic the Hedgehog. I played the shit out of Sonic the Hedgehog. I 100%
Are you
of
talking
Sonic
about
the
Sonic
Hedgehog.
06?
Or not Sonic, Shadow.
Shadow? I mean, that's fair. Like, no, I can appreciate the people that liked it. It just was not the style of gameplay that I expected to.
Like, my nephew
Right.
Alex still lists it as the game that got him into gaming.
That's so funny. I mean, that's fair. Like, you can like it. I'm not gonna be mad about it.
It's, I mean, like,
There are people on the internet that are defend Sonic 06 and say that it is actually a good game. Like, I understand.
here's the thing is, I picked up Sonic 06, I got into the city, like the town that was in the beginning of that game, and that was it.
Dude, I think the thing that fucked with me the most are how long the load times are.
Did you see that they ripped off Sonic in a recent Disney movie?
Did I say that?
No, did you see that happened?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they put Ugly Sonic in a Disney movie.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's great. That's perfect. I can imagine that.
Ugly Sonic?
Yeah.
The original model that he had for the movies.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They put him in a Disney Chippendale movie. Chippendale?
That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, Chip and Dale. But like, I know it's not a bad game because I loved this game so much. My fever dream game for you, Charlie. My fever dream game that I like don't find anything online about sometimes. Is definitely on the GameCube. It was Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. And it was so good.
Why
It
is
was
that?
just a stupid Godzilla monster fighting game. But like, you choose like random fucking Japanese cities, and that's your battleground, and you can fucking grab skyscrapers and throw it at each other, and like just blow up tanks, and like pick up tanks and throw them at people, and like just shit like that, and it was fucking awesome. And there were so many fucking monsters, dude. Oh my god, it was great. And then he went into space because aliens. I don't even fucking remember what happened with that one. But like, I used to play that so much with my younger sister until she realized that she couldn't beat me, and then she realized it's not fun if you don't win, so then no one played with me because it wasn't fun, so, you know. But that's, you know, how every fucking multiplayer game went for me, so.
I mean, like, why is that your
Mario Kart
fever
Double Dash.
dream game for me?
I don't know, because you said a fever dream game, so I was like, oh fuck, I got one too.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. They just came out with a newer Godzilla game that's similar, didn't they?
I don't fucking know. All I know is I want to find my GameCube. Well, I know where my GameCube is. I want to find my copy of Godzilla Royal Monsters. I love it so much.
Came out on PS4.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Mm-hmm. And it's literally
Nice.
just destroy cities and kill other monsters and shit.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man. If I can't play it on my Xbox or my PC, like, I guess I'm fucked. I ain't touching my dad's PS5. That thing's gross as hell. DualSense controller makes me want to throw up. I'm not a fan. I know you like it. I'm sorry.
I
Symmetrical thumbs. can't do it.
I don't see it. I just don't see a difference between the two, quite frank. But I've played with both. I've played a lot with both, and there's just not a difference.
I just can't do symmetrical thumbsticks.
I think it's just because of experience with them, to be quite honest.
I don't like it. It makes my hands feel weird. I like the asymmetry. It's nice. Beautiful. But like, fucking Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. You play that shit every day.
I mean, like, that's fair. Like I said, I think that the issue with the thumbsticks is just a experience with one or the other.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah.
I mean, like, I can guarantee on my end of things it is. I don't know about with people with autism, though.
I don't know. I don't know. Could just be one of those weird things. I mean, there's a lot. I don't even get me into fucking textures, but yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can't dig out my cat's dog food.
Is it my turn for worst games?
Yes.
I guess.
I mean, like,
Ramble.
one, if you've ever played a porn game on Steam.
No.
Okay, well, I mean, any of those. I mean, just fucking terrible. So this is a weird one for me to answer for a couple of reasons. One, because I have fucking so many. Like Hand Simulator is so good bad because it's so fun to play with friends, but it's such a fucking terrible nightmare to try to play. Like, I've played games like Summerland where it's like a single developer and it's like the game is bad, but like it's also like it's a single developer and it's got an interesting premise, but it's also like it's bad.
Fucking launch No Man's Sky. Ew.
Yeah, like I fucking hate Don't Starve because it's just a pain in the ass. Like, it's just always a fucking pain in the ass. I have games that I've played specifically because my friends were like, we should play this together, and then they fucking don't show up, so then I just have games where I played by myself that were meant to be played with my friends that are fucking awful. And then I'm trying to find this one game that's one of my worst experience. Bloody Trapland 2 is one of my worst fucking experiences in gaming history because it is, I don't remember what the genre's called. It's like, it's a platformer, but it's a specific type of platformer where it's just trap hell. Blood hell traps. And they tell you when you start the game up, play it with a controller. Like, it literally says, hey, you'll want to play this with a controller. And it was me, Dustin, and Tevin. And Dustin refused to play with the controller. And they both refused to, like, let us skip levels until everybody made it to the end. An hour and a half. It took him an hour and a fucking half to get through a level. It took me 20 minutes. I was streaming.
There's the bullet.
An hour and a half of my stream was me standing watching Dustin fucking die.
And you're just like, this is quality content.
This is fucking, like, I was done. I was done. I was done. I was out. I was fucking done.
Quality.
But the game I feel like we should talk about for this topic for me is a game called Emu Wars, because it's an actually poorly developed piece of shit game that is a nightmare to play for anybody that doesn't know the backstory of this game. So Emu Wars, it's like a shitty first-person shooter kind of war sim game where you can either play as soldiers fighting emus, or you can play as the emus fighting the soldiers. And I don't know how else to describe it. There's not more, like, it's kind of like a drug trip war sim, but the story behind it's fucking amazing. There's a very long story that I'm not gonna read right now. If you guys want to have a full, like, if you guys want to do a full topic of it someday during a stream, we could do a full topic of it where I can get the information, have it up, and we can, like, talk about it.
Okay.
But basically, this is a game based off of an actual war in Australia, where Australia declared war against the emus
Mm-hmm.
and lost.
Yep.
Uh
Huh?
huh.
That is the thing.
Yep.
Fucking god. Uh-huh.
Yep. So yeah, the Australian military actually has 2 recorded losses against emus.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. They have gone to war twice against the emus and lost twice. So this game, which is just a shitty, really shitty war sim called Emu Wars, and I've played it, is a war sim of that war, and it's fucking terrible. But I love it. I love it to death because that war is such a fucking hilarious thing. And by the way, Biz, since you obviously haven't heard about it, if you ever read into that shit, like actual details about the war, it gets so much funnier
No.
because they pulled out like fucking helicopters with machine guns and shit,
Oh no.
and they still lost that shit. Like they didn't just go light. They got outsmarted by the emus.
I don't.
Mm-hmm. You don't know how they lost?
I need to know how they lost.
Yeah. We, like I said, we could do a full episode. Like we could do like a full topic on the subject.
Oh my gosh. This is fucking ridiculous.
Like we could do a clean half hour on the Emu War of the podcast. Like we do a clean half hour podcast of the Emu War.
I mean, you know.
Mhm.
I don't know if you want to do that right now, but like.
I mean, I would think next week, since we're already at almost an hour and a half right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I don't want our podcast to become like 3-hour podcasts.
That's fair.
Because knowing us, if I'm saying a half hour, I'm overestimating. No, actually, a half hour is probably right. It's probably going to be like a 45-minute topic.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, we ramble. That's kind of how it works.
no, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. What I'm saying is like, yeah.
Mhm.
The worst games I ever buy though, is Tevin will convince me to buy games, and he has what I call a 1 out of 3 batting average. 2 of the games he convinces me to buy are always shit, and I never play them.
Of course.
And one of the games he talks me to buy, 1 out of 3, is good. Because like I'm looking through here right now, and 2 out of the 3 games he convinces me to buy are shit, and 1 out of 3 is good. Like Risk of Rain, hated it. The Stanley Parable, I fucking hated that game, and that dude, the Stanley Parable is one of the most overrated piece of shit fucking games out there.
I never got into it. Yeah.
Spencer's probably sitting over there right now like, the Stanley Parable's so good.
No. I know that my roommate really enjoyed the Stanley Parable, but I never really.
A hill I will die on right now. Anybody who says the Stanley Parable's good only likes watching other people play it.
Yeah, he does enjoy watching other people play it.
That's it. That's exactly it. The only thing that is good about the Stanley Parable is watching other people play it. It is not actually fun to play.
Good game to stream though.
I hated it. No, because I'm just fucking miserable. And the only thing that is good to watch it play is because people pretend it's fun. Streamers pretend it's fun, which I'm not willing to do. I don't fake hype games on my stream.
I would not. No, that's
No.
how you bring fucking mood and everything.
Yep. Like if I'm playing a game on stream, like I know for a fact that like, listen, I love some of the bigger content creators out there. Like I love Jacksepticeye, but even he tells you that when he's doing his streams, he's in his recordings, he's faking it. Like he tells you that. Like he's talked about it.
Mhm.
And the Stanley Parable is clearly one of those to me, where it's like the only way I would make good content out of that is if I'm fucking pretending, and I'm not willing to do it.
Oh.
I mean, at least you have, like, a line, right?
Mm-hmm. Like I enjoy games even like Power Wash Simulator that are just monotonous and boring, and I love that game. But the Stanley Parable's still boring as shit to me.
It's funny that you say Power Wash Simulator. The general manager at the new place that I went to, he just watches power washing videos.
They're satisfying. It's satisfying.
It is.
Mhm.
I get it. I do.
Mhm. Yeah, I can picture that. But like, fucking, no, there's a lot of those very weird ass popular games that are actually kind of super fucking boring, and I can't.
Like, everybody always wanted me to play Five Nights at Freddy's, and here's the thing. I like the Five Nights at Freddy's universe. Like, I'll even buy some of their, like, merchandise and stuff, because I like the universe. But the first 2 games of Five Nights at Freddy, boring as shit. It's just jump scares.
Correct.
It's not...
The whole game.
Yeah, it's not fun. Like, unless you have a history with the game, you're not actually gonna enjoy it.
No. I was like, if I have to choose one or the other, I definitely would choose the second one.
Because they got better with time. They did. Like, the newer ones are actually fucking great. I mean, and
I never played any of them.
I mean, I haven't really played too much of them. What I'm saying is, like, even looking at them, you can tell the newer ones are, like, actually good games. And you can't even put the argument in anymore that it's like, well, it's a single developer, and he made it in his free time while working at Dollar General, and it's like, that's cool. Stardew Valley.
Yep.
Stardew Valley exists, so that argument's no longer a thing. The argument's no longer that a game's allowed to be bad because a single person developed it in their free time. If Stardew Valley can exist, then that means in your free time, you can still make a really good game.
And he did. I love Stardew Valley.
One of the biggest and one of the best games ever made. Stardew Valley is just it's massive too. Granted, he's added on to it for forever. I love it that somebody said that they wanted something out of that game, and he added it to that game in like a day.
That's about right.
Yeah, I love that. Everybody else is out here just like, it'd take us like 5 weeks to add that into the game, and he's just like, I can do it right now.
Old space.
Yeah, I'm back not playing Dead by Daylight for right now, so.
Gross.
I managed to get 3 rounds in before I got annoyed by it again.
Nice.
Same complaint
But
that I
hey,
had.
I mean, you got those rounds in, right?
Got 3 rounds in. I might play more of it. I don't know. It's once again, it's just like I decided that it pisses me off that they won't make other game modes, and it pisses me off to the point where I don't want to play it.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yep, and that's why I was like, I'm still going on about it. Like I'm still going on about it. What I'm saying is like yeah.
Feel that. I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
All too well.
Anything else you guys want to talk about on the podcast?
Oh, I don't think so. I think that would probably settle it up for this weekend.
Yeah,
I feel like we've been doing this for almost 2 hours.
I can tell you exactly how long we've been doing this, and you're off by a half hour.
Wow.
We are at 1 hour and 29 minutes. We're gonna pretty much nail an hour and a half.
Nice.
Nice.
We're actually on time.
Yeah.
If that's our goal, is an hour and a half.
So I
I
usually
thought
say
our original goal was an hour.
yeah,
Yeah.
our original goal is an hour, and I want to our maximum amount of time that I'm willing to really go is like in 2. I think 2 hours would be
Fair.
too long.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Most people don't even have the
Willpower for an hour.
Yeah, like if you do a podcast for 30 minutes, they can maybe listen to that, but Once you get to like hour longs, people.
So what I will say is like looking at we don't have a lot of views on our podcast, but looking at viewer retention as far as my videos go, because I usually do hour-long content, you do have people that fall off at about 15 minutes of the average videos, but you have the rest of people seem to prefer like as long as there is constant things going on, there are people out there that are looking for the longer ended content, especially with things like podcasts, because they are looking for something to listen to while they drive or something to listen to while they're like doing things, so they want that long time content. But
yeah, that makes sense.
That is just looking at like my analytics and looking at things that I have to look at, because I've been doing this for long enough now that I have some of those numbers to look at. Granted, I stop doing it and then start doing it again, which is like the worst thing. That's literally a channel killer, which is why my numbers are shit. But I think hitting between an hour and a half is kind of perfect. But that'll do us this week, guys. So if you are watching this later on YouTube, do the things, hit the buttons, likes, subscribes. That's the word. I always say follow.
Maybe tell us about the worst video game that you played.
Yeah, comment about the worst video game you've ever played and tell me about how wrong I am about Stanley Parable. But, if you're going to tell me I'm fucking wrong about the Stanley Parable, you better tell me about how you've played it, and I want to hear how many fucking hours you've played it, okay? Don't come down there in the fucking comment section with some bullshit about how you love that game so fucking much, but you've never played it, because I swear to God, I'm going to tell you you're a lying piece of shit. Anyhow.
Get on him, Charlie.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Love you guys. Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
bye.